couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air.
Hey y'all, it's Whitney and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Either way, I'm so happy to have you guys here today. We are actually going to be doing a kitchen declutter. I think it's been about, I want to say 7 or 8 months since the last time I did any decluttering in my kitchen. So it was time to revisit these areas. A lot of my organization systems that I had happening last time just were not holding up as well anymore. And my labels and stuff, they would tend to fall off and everything like that. So I really just wanted to take the time today and get my kitchen back in order. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys how I create new labels for my kitchen bins. So thank you to CRICUT for sponsoring today's video, and I will share all of that with you guys towards the end of this video. I really want to encourage you guys to declutter along with me or clean along with me. Put me up on your screen, or if you're just hanging out today, that is awesome as well. Let me know what you guys are doing today. Are you doing some cleaning? What areas are you tackling? Are you drinking your morning coffee? Whatever it is, I want to hear all about it. But we are just going to get started here by working on this is like my baking spice drawer, I guess. This is where I keep all of my baking supplies, flour, sugar, brown sugar, syrups, all of that good stuff. And I wanted to start out by completely clearing out this space so that I could see everything laid out in front of me. Anytime I do a decluttering project, this is kind of my method. I just completely clear out the area. That way I can see all of the stuff I have in front of me. It makes it easier to go through, making sure I'm not missing anything. As you guys can see, it was a little bit dirty in here, so I needed to go ahead and wipe that down first. And then I will begin to just go through everything, checking expiration dates. I had a lot of expired stuff in this kitchen declutter, you guys will see here in a little bit. But I'm gonna start with that, and then I will go through everything and see if I need to toss anything out.
Separate ways, not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind.
I know that I used the terms Konmari method in my title, and I always get comments about this. People are always very confused on what Konmari is, or sometimes they are just saying that I'm not doing Konmari correctly, and you are right. I personally take aspects of the Konmari method and apply it to the areas that I am decluttering. I don't follow her method perfectly. I'm not a perfect person. I just do what works for me. Now, whenever you Konmari declutter something, so Konmari stands for Marie Kondo. That is her name. She is who kind of like developed and coined this term KonMari. I always get so much confusion about that. They're like, her name is Marie Kondo. Yes, but it is called KonMari. So basically, you are supposed to go through and declutter everything of one type of item at once. So say I'm going through spices. I would gather every single spice in my kitchen and declutter it at one time. Candles at one time. Clothes, so I would take all of my jeans and declutter them at one time. But that can be very overwhelming, especially if you're like me and you just have stuff all over the house. And I know that's the point. I always say that it's overwhelming, and people are like, well, isn't that the point? Yes, that is the point. It's supposed to be overwhelming so you can see just how much crap you have and how much stuff you need to get rid of. I understand that. But I also don't like to overwhelm myself if I don't absolutely have to, so I just do things a little bit differently. I pick and choose aspects of her method and apply them to how they work for me. You know, I'm not perfect. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You don't have to do it the way she does it. Just declutter the way that works for you. And another thing I want to mention, the last time, I don't know if it was the last time, but I definitely decluttered on here. And I had taken everything out of my drawers and my cabinets and stuff and laid it all out, and it was very overwhelming, and it made it hard to work because there was no space to work. So the way that I like to declutter is doing space by space. So instead of taking everything out of the cabinets that I was going to be working in today, I just went through each one at a time.
Time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah.
Some of you might be confused about what I'm doing here. So before, I was adding in spices to my other ones. Whenever I get a new spice, they don't always fit inside of the spice jars that I have. So then I have like a little bit left over. And so whenever I start to use the spice jar, I will just add the rest in. It's all expiration the same. So I don't have to worry about, like, you know, making sure the old stuff's on top and the new stuff's on the bottom. I just wanted to clarify that really quickly. And also, I got comments on this one time about expiration dates. I personally don't really need them. There are certain spices that I will write on the bottom. So the two that I just put in today, bay leaves and onion flakes, I don't use those a whole lot, so I did put the expiration dates on them. But I know in my head that spices expire within 2 years, and you can smell when they're stale, let's be honest. They don't taste as good. So I personally don't need expiration dates, and a lot of people came for me last time when I didn't do that. But if you guys just want to add expiration dates on your jars, that's totally cool. Do whatever you want, however you feel happy. It's just not something that I felt the need to do, but I did add expiration dates just using a dry erase marker. You could also use those little dot sticker things to put on the bottom and write the expiration date on those as well. I had a lot to go through here. This cabinet was by far the worst as far as just collection of stuff. This kind of became our collect-all area. We had a tendency of throwing things up here. My husband and I are both notorious for doing this. Just throwing things up there that necessarily don't belong in the kitchen, that, you know, we were just feeling a little bit lazy that day and didn't want to go all the way upstairs, so we threw it into this cabinet. I also had a lot of expired medications. Now, this is something I try to do and go through every 6 months. I will go through our medications. And before I go to use one, I will check the expiration date. But there's a lot of medications in here that we haven't used in a long time that were expired, and I needed to just get rid of them. So that is what I'm going to do really quickly here. Just go through all of that. I'll go through the supplements, make sure those aren't expired, and then just kind of go through the rest of the stuff. We had some first aid things here that I honestly didn't really declutter much of. And then we had our house tools and things. Some stuff needed to go into the garage. And you know, there was just a random assortment of things that did not belong in this cabinet.
Sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
I'm just using this basket here to collect all of the stuff that I knew for a fact needed to go upstairs. That way, it just made it easier for me, even though while I'm doing these voiceovers, that basket is still sitting on my stairs. So it's been a few days now, but you know what? We're not perfect here. This is just real life for me. This is how I do things. Leave laundry in the dryer for 8 days, you know, all that good stuff. Now we're going to go through our junk drawer, even though this really wasn't that bad, and it's because we had been using that cabinet instead of this. This was really easy. This just had a lot of like random papers that needed to go upstairs, and then other than that, things were pretty much decluttered. I also really needed to go through our pens and just make sure all of those were working and in working order, so you'll see me doing that in a little bit here as well. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, what is an area in your home that you struggle the most with keeping organized? So mine is definitely by far the kitchen. I don't know, I'm just really bad about keeping up with my organization systems in here, and then they get out of hand. I'm also really bad about keeping dressers organized. So like all of my clothes right now are completely unfolded and just kind of thrown in there. That is going to be a future video here as well. It's just going through all of our dressers and getting that stuff organized. But I wanted to ask you guys, you know, what's an area that you struggle with? Maybe I can film a video and help you utilize some good organization systems in your home. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to motivate you guys and inspire you and just give you some ideas for your home.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave.
Since I was decluttering everything, I just kind of went on a cleaning frenzy, and I wanted to just get in every single drawer and vacuum up all the crumbs and wipe everything down. I didn't necessarily declutter anything out of this specific drawer, but it really needed to be cleaned. There was like sticky stuff in there, crumbs, and then I really just wanted to take this time and just do all of the cabinets. So I'm going to be doing this one. Those white bins that you see are really dirty. You just can't see it on camera. Just lots of crumbs and things that needed to be vacuumed up. So I really just wanted to get in here and get everything nice and clean since I was already in here decluttering.
With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay?
I also wanted to vacuum the bottom cabinets here on the long side of my kitchen, again with crumbs and things. And this cabinet's very random. I have all of my extra utensils that we don't use all of the time. And then I have a few organization bins in here because I am planning on doing a pantry organization video here very soon on my channel. And I'm going to be doing a fridge organization video. So I'm really excited to share those. I hope you guys will watch them with me and maybe plan to declutter them with me as well. I think that would be really fun. But anyway, I just wanted to get these drawers kind of straightened back up and vacuum out all of the crumbs. Under my sink was working out really well. I just had a lot of products under here from when my family was sick with COVID. I had a lot of disinfecting products that I had like triple of that I did not need to have in here. So I did just kind of condense all of that. I put the rest of them upstairs. That way there's some stuff for the bathrooms upstairs. And I always get comments about my liner in here. I know it's not the best liner. It's just working for me right now. Maybe one day I'll get one that's a little bit better and doesn't, you know, curl up every single time I move something. But for right now, it works. I don't really have to move things around in here a lot, so it doesn't really get messed up a whole lot. But I just kind of wanted to say that because I always get comments about that as well. Now I want to share with you guys how I created these beautiful labels using my CRICUT Joy. So thank you to CRICUT for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I will be using my CRICUT Joy app on my phone to create easy, beautiful labels. And all you do is select what label you want, and then you'll type in all of your different labels and then select what material you are using. I am just using the Smart Label writable vinyl, and the app will walk you through everything you need to do in the order that you need to do them, so there's no confusion with what to do. Just follow along with what the app is telling you to do. And so for today, instead of using the cutting tool, I am actually using the pens to create the written look of my labels that I love for all of my organization projects. The CRICUT Joy is a great product to have because you really can create any project, from t-shirts to cards to labels for organization projects. You can even create things like car decals and custom water bottles and backpacks for your kids or even for yourself. Whatever your use for the CRICUT Joy is, it really is the perfect machine to execute your project needs. What I love about the CRICUT Joy is how easy it is to use, and I love that it's portable, so you're able to do projects anywhere in your home. You can also bring it to a friend's house and do projects for them, or you can even bring it to work. Making these labels was so easy, and it only took me a few minutes to set it all up and get them going. And in no time, I was able to peel them off and place them where I needed them to be. If you guys are interested in learning more about the CRICUT Joy, I will link the machine and all of the materials that I used today in the description box below. And thank you again to CRICUT for sponsoring today's video. And now for those very satisfying before and after transformation shots for you guys. I always like to include these whenever I do decluttering projects in my home so that you guys can really see the full transformation. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching today's video and hanging out with me today. I hope that you leave today's video feeling inspired and motivated to get some cleaning and decluttering in your home today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting my channel. You guys are seriously the best, and I just love you guys so much, and I appreciate all of your love and support all the time. It definitely does not go unnoticed. And I'm just very blessed and thankful to have you guys as my community here. But anyway, I am just gonna leave the transformation clips running, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.
At the top for me. Never thought that loving would be easy, but it's all for free.